There it goes. Come on, babies. Let's give us that big boom boom over 8. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, YouTube. Come on, give us that big boom over 8. We're up 107%. Come on, give us a big pop here. We just need a little one. It won't take much with this low float. Come on, push. Good morning. No 3 putts. Good morning. Mark, good morning. We are watching and playing STSS right now. STSS had a press release this morning. I sort of chalked it up as kind of a fluffy press release. I didn't think much of it, but the market has responded a little differently. Low float stock, micro float potentially. A lot of FOMO here, a lot of movement, so it's attracting a lot of people. But this has gone from about $3.93 to almost 8. Now it's pulling back down again. We just need to stay above 7. That'll be critical for this one. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Sheila and Kathy. I got our moderators over there hanging tight. Bob, second STSS, 688 to 780. Beautifully done. Joe, 670 to 747. Another beautiful trade. LITE Holdings, looks like a price target change there. Yes, STSS was pumping up, man. We've been playing that one beautifully. We called this one out. We mentioned the press release. Let me put it that way. I hate saying called it out. We mentioned this press release about 39 minutes ago. And at the time, I didn't think much of the press release. Didn't seem like that big a news to me. But the market reacted differently on that low floater. Jake, good morning. So what have we been horsing around with this morning? Well, BAOS, that stock's up 119%. This was one that we mentioned in after hours trading last night. If you guys were with us in after hours trading at 4 o'clock, this was one that we talked about. We had a lot of people made money on this one in after hours. It continued that this morning in early pre-market. Dara, good morning. And it's currently up about 117%. NCEW, that was another one that was played this morning off of a press release. This one went about $1.41 up to $2.22. Nice little climb. We had several people that made some money on that one in our community. And of course, STSS, that one's been a good little money maker this morning. We've been watching BON, also BON. BON is another one that's got a low float. This is another one of them really low float stocks. They just went through a reverse split. back on 519. So it's been barely 2 weeks of trading here. They just went through reverse split, so they've got a really low float, and it started to run here. It really did start to run, and it shot all the way up to $2.30, but it pulled back very quickly after that big run up, and it's down at 194 right now. It's up about 13% from where it closed at yesterday. But we're going to keep an eye on it because we know this is a very low float stock, and we know what happens to those when they get traction. Let's see. STSS staying above 7. We really need this to stay above 7. I don't want to see a big sell-off, have people panic selling when it drops below 7. It'll take a lot of work to get it back up over 7. It's already taken a lot of work to get it over 7 and stay there. I don't want to lose all that. NCEW pushing back up again. Let's see if we can take a run at $2 again, get it back over 2. Ivan, good morning. Mike, STSS 618 to $7. Nice trade. Very nice trade. Nicely done. Jake, good morning. The Poodle's on point. Good morning. Good morning to everybody on TikTok as well. I know I've missed a bunch of you saying good morning. All right. Patiently waiting to see if some news pops up. Sometimes we get a few that'll trickle in. It might be a good one. In the meantime, we'll keep track of some of these that we've been following all morning and trading, like BAOS. See if this pops back up over 550. Be beautiful to see this hit over 550 again. I'm sure a bunch of you played that stock in early pre-market trading. BAOS has 550 in its sights. Oh, and it just dropped again. Having trouble getting over that 550. NCEW still struggling to curl back up. STSS still above 7. We got to keep our fingers crossed. We worked too hard to get that over 7. It needs to stay up there. ECIG, BON. Got a nice big spike here on BON, but keep an eye on it. When you get an extremely low float stock, what I call a micro float stock, and it starts getting some movement and it starts getting some volume, you have to pay attention to it because it will, out of nowhere, take off on a screaming run and take everybody by surprise. So keep an eye on it. Paula, good morning. So you look for thinly traded stocks, position, and then have your followers drive it up. Jesus Christ. Robert, come on. Come on. NCEW. See, even when you try to help people, people want to put you down and bash you for even trying to help somebody. My goodness. No good deed goes unpunished. That's true. I'm pretty certain we don't have enough followers to manipulate the stock market. Oh, let's see. But that's okay. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. NCEW pushing back up. Come on, baby. Let's get this back over 2. Trying to push up. VCIG. Yeah, that's Wolfpack power right there. All right. Global Blue Group, fourth quarter revenue, nothing there. NCEW still trying to take a shot at 2. Let's hope that volume comes in. Kelly Sue. Got a surprise this morning. Was in STSS at 465 and logged on to find it at 676. Sold quickly. That's awesome. Kelly Sue, that's great. I'm glad you were able to pop out of that real quick. Manuel, good morning. RDW dipped and is curling. Pammy, good morning. How long do I hold a trade till I get my profit target? I typically only do day trades. I'll hold something overnight once in a while if I feel that strongly about the news. But typically all mine are day trades. You know, I might hold something 15 minutes, I might hold it 5 minutes, sometimes hour and a half, or a couple hours. But I rarely ever hold anything overnight. Well, you need make sure you're watching your charts, not only just on the 1 minute. I look on the 1 minute for my entries, but I also always bounce back and forth between 1 minute and 5 minute time frames. And I'll even go to a 30-minute time frame. If I feel like I'm going to hold something for, 2 or 3 hours because I think the news is strong enough to really push this thing up throughout the day, I'll switch over to like 30-minute time frame and watch it there as well. But as far as my entries go, I usually watch them on the 1 minute. Now, Let's go take a look at Bond. On the 30-minute, Anthony, I'm looking for overall trend. You know, they say the trend is your friend, and I want to see on a 30-minute time frame, I want to see that trending up on the 30-minute. Now, how many of the haters out there thought I was joking about Bond and trying to front load it, as was suggested, which is illegal, by the way, at $1.90 and just watched it run up to $2.44. So hopefully some of you made some money on Bond. Moneyman, 173 to 235. Good trade. Bob, 207 to 240. Good trade. Good profit. Todd, 197 to 237. Also nice trade. I told you on these really low float stocks, you have to watch them. When they start getting volume and they start getting attention and the price starts moving around a little bit, you start seeing the bid and ask spread starting to tighten up a little bit, you better be watching them and keeping an eye on them, because a micro float stock can absolutely go bananas. Scott, out at 228, 198 to 228. Good quick little profit there. Beautiful. Terry missed it. He went to McDonald's and missed it. Did you bring us back enough for everybody? Terry, that's the main thing. Terry brought back enough McDonald's for everybody. I want the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, please. And some of them greasy hash browns. Dan, it's no problem. Come and go as much as you need to through Zoom. It's not an issue at all. We have a lot of people in Zoom that'll pop in just before 7 to get those 7 o'clock runners, and then they have other stuff to do, so then they go on, and then they'll pop back in again at just before 7:30 to get those, and then pop out, and then pop back in again at 8. That's perfectly fine, man. Daryl, we would love to have you. A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit sounds good about now. Terry, you got everybody hungry now. Terry got the biscuits and gravy and hash browns. Oh, shoot. Should we look at Bond again for our haters? So Jason over on TikTok says biscuits and gravy for McDonald's. Somebody's feeling brave this morning. Pinky, 213 to 243 on Bond. That's how the Wolfpack does it, baby. Love it. Look at Bond now. Where's all my haters at? Ken, 2 to 250. Nice trade. That's what it's all about. All right. Well, for those of you interested, everybody can join us on Zoom. Just go to the website or go to the official Wolfpack community website. wolfpackcommunity.com. That's what it is. There's a link on my TikTok profile. There's a link on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram channel. Joe, 194 to 243 on Bond. Nice. Bond just wicked up to 255. 258, 259. CJ Wath, CJ 2 to 250. Nuisance 205 to 255. Wolfpack's making money on this one this morning. So just pop over to the website and subscribe to live Zoom trading. We go on at 6:45 in the morning. Eastern time, of course. So if you're on the West Coast, it's pretty early in the morning. But we have to go on at 6:45 Eastern because that's when the news comes out, is at 7. The news comes out into the market on the half hour. 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30. And so we go live at 6:45 so we can catch that first big round of press releases that pop up at 7 o'clock. Some days we get a lot of great press releases. Some days we don't hardly get any. Sometimes it's just one, maybe two. Sometimes it's 7 or 8 of them that go crazy. Yeah, it's been great. I mean, this thing is bouncing up nicely. NCNA. It's got a lot of good volume on it. It's down from yesterday's close. It had a pretty ugly after hours last night, and it hasn't really recovered from that yet. Been trending up. Let me look at it on the monthly. Oh, here is the 8 o'clock stuff. Let's see if we got one here that's pumping. UAVS secures international sale of EB Vision drones to the Paraguayan government. UAVS. UAVS. DARE announces strategic collaboration to educate markets. DARE. That's fluff. ATYR findings announces findings on its phase 2. ATYR says they're announcing findings from an interim analysis on a phase 2, but it's not getting any attention and the price has pulled down. So we'll stay away from that one for now. QNCX price target. MODG. Top Golf swings into summer with serious value and fun. That's a commercial. That's not a press release. AKBA. AKBA. U.S. patient data from a global phase 3 clinical program published in the Journal of American Society Nephrology. Seems a bit on the fluff side. No volume. Ronnie. BCIG. Let's see here. Going through the rest of these press releases. Ooh, shared consolidation. Which one's that on? Duo. DUO. Looks like a reverse split. On June 9th. And RGB announced agreement for battery energy storage system. RADX doses their first patient in a phase 1 trial. That's not news. Potential partners. Doesn't look like 8 o'clock is going to give us much here at all. We got several press releases, just nothing with any meat on it. Institute for Therapeutics Action, XTP, Air. Yeah, nothing. 8 o'clock really didn't give us much. Redwire announces that it's advanced its lunar and Martian manufacturing technology. This is a press release from about 30 minutes ago. They're just rehashing it. The stock's moving up. It's a $16 stock. Redwire Corporation, RDW. So it's moving up a little bit on some news. Let's see, Bond, next, target, price target, STSS, NCEW, about the best one we got, and this is pretty sad that this is the best one we got, but the best one we got really was on UAVS. Ag Eagle Aerial Systems secures an international sale of EB Vision drones to the Paraguayan government. That one had the most meat on it from all the other press releases. Oh, hang on a minute. CLRB, FDA Breakthrough Therapy Designation. CLRB just popped up. KWM announces entering purchase agreement for $500 million equity purchase facility to support Bitcoin Treasury. KWM. Those two just popped up like within the last 5 seconds. KWM and CLRB. Take a look at those two. That's fluff news. So let's go back and look at CLRB on the 1 minute chart. Still popping pretty nice on the 1 minute. KWM popped up and back down. Again, the pop on the news on the 1 minute chart, pop on the news, pull back, and then the climb up. You wait for the pullback. That pullback might happen on the second candle. It might happen on the third candle. But that's always what we're watching for. That initial spike on the news, and then either the second or the third candle is typically, not always, not 100%, typically 90% of the time, that second or third candle is going to pull back really nice for us, like 50% retracement, 70%. That's where we're looking for the entry. If you like the news, that's where you want to try to grab it at. All right. It's my day off. I have extra time to do this instead of work. We want great news. Pinky, 1578 to 1699 RDW. Awesome. Another great trade for Pinky. Pinky's been hitting them out of the park here in the last couple of days. Really doing some great trading. CLRB. Look at the 1 minute chart, folks. Class is in session here. Look at the 1 minute chart on CLRB. Spike on the news, pull back, and then the climb back up. Now, will it maintain that climb back up? We don't know. But what I'm talking about is getting a better entry than FOMOing on that first candle or even that second candle, the top of that second candle. Try not to FOMO on those. Dan, KWM, 215 to 250 and all out. Good job. Gertie Mom, good morning. MCTR hitting 53. Nice. Look at MCTR from last night. Woo! Beauty. Imagine having that from we mentioned this press release on MCTR yesterday in pre-market at about $4.90. $4.90. Let that sink in. And we just hit $53.99. That's insane. Let me re-look at that again. Yeah, 56. I'm sorry, just hit 56. Imagine having that from $4.90. Papa needs some new shoes, man. Beautiful. All right. Let's go back and look. Foxo completes equity funding agreement. That's junk. IDN. IntelliCheck integrates with Ping Identities, Ping One, DaVinci to advance access. That's fluff. Need something with some meat on it. ELTX secures $10 million in financing to help support operations into their phase 2 clinical trial. I don't like that. So now let's go look at CLRB. How many of you Took it 34 to 41. Good job, Eric. Great trade. Miami, you have a great day. All right, CLRB. We just pumped up to 40, just over 40. ENSC pumping. ENSC. ENSC popping off here. Don't see any news on it anywhere. But it got a bunch of volume all of a sudden. Anthony, 34 to 40 on CLRB. Good trade. Good trade. Anthony, 33 to 40. Nice. Mike had 10,000 shares before STSS split, and you held through the split. Boy, that's courageous. I don't like holding through those splits, man. Do not like it. Oh, let's see. Let's go look at our volume runners here. Nothing there. Ooh. AMOD strengthens balance sheet by $31 million through CEO-led capital restructuring. AMOD strengthened their balance sheet by $31 million through CEO-led capital restructuring. So we've got some insider buying there. Restructuring. Not sure how the market will perceive that, but hopefully in a good way. Hopefully in a good way. Now, let's take a look at KWM for all those haters out there. Oh my. What do you know? $2.02 to $4. 100%. For everybody that took some KWM this morning. Bring it on, haters. Bring it on, baby. 414. We're now up 116%. Oh. Joe got $1 on that one. And half out. Look at it now. 458. $1. We're up 135%. We're dedicating this one to all the people that think the wolf pack is a bunch of nonsense. This is what we're doing. This is dedicated to you. 144%. J-Ray, KWM, 251 to 298. Nice job. Sammy, 266 to 4. Patty, beautiful trade. 234 to 390. 234 to 390 on KWM. Boom. Oh my. Terry, 227 to 475. People are killing it on these. Oh, but $25 a month, that's too much. Uh-huh. Pinky says it feels illegal. iPhone 310 to 450. Beautiful trade. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else making money out there in TikTok land or YouTube? You guys making money on this? We're calling them out. Threw you a softball on that one for sure. Good Lord. Mm-mm-mm. Samantha, 226 to 4. Oh, that is a beauty, Samantha. Love it. Wolfpack is the real deal. JC, 239 to 430. Bonfire Rob, 266 to 290. Good trade. Very good trade. Now, dang, got some more press releases here. Nothing there, nothing there. Joe still holding. KWM. Bitcoin, the Bitcoin play has been big the last 2 weeks. That's been the theme. If you want to call it a theme. Companies are putting out press releases saying they're doing financing or investing in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or starting a Bitcoin treasury for their company or accepting Bitcoin for payments, blah, blah, blah. Anything related to crypto, it's pushing their stock price up. And we're well aware of that. So we're playing on those. We're taking advantage of it. Now, that won't last forever. That whole Bitcoin theme thing, pushing these stocks up the way it is, it won't last forever. At some point, people will get tired of that. And there'll be another theme. There'll be something else that's getting everybody excited. Different sector, something else that's drawing attention. And then we'll switch over to that and we'll start playing that. But yeah, right now the Bitcoin, any mention of Bitcoin or any kind of cryptocurrency is really pushing them up. Randy, ENSC, 235 to 278. Nice trade. There's always a new shiny object. You are right, Pinky. Any new shiny object attracts the retail traders like crazy. KWM now at 182%. I post my videos and say that we got a 700% runner or 150% runner or 160% runner or 250 or whatever it is. And I can't tell you how much hate mail, hate mail, I guess you call it, in my DMs telling me, you guys didn't catch that many. There's no way you guys got 300 plus or 500% runner. You're catching them, you might have saw it go up, but you weren't, aware of it or in it, at the beginning. So you didn't get the whole 120% or whatever. All I can say to you is if you were here with us this morning, you watched it in real time, call out the press release on KWM and sat here with us and watched it run up 180%. How about HCWB? Completes deliverable and solidifies license agreement with Wyoming Biotech. WY Biotech. Spiked a little bit. HCWB. It spiked up on the first 1 minute candle and then pulled back, which is what we're looking for, is that pullback. But I need to read that press release a little deeper to get an understanding of what that's all about. Dan, you have a great day. Dan says, Jeff, have a great day. Surpassed his daily goal by 2.5 times. See you from Kansas City tomorrow. You have a great day. Safe travels if you're traveling to Kansas City. Been there several times. Let's see if KWM will take a rip up to 6. Somebody on YouTube wants to know if I'm an AI. Do I look like an AI? I might. Maybe it's the glasses. Maybe it's my reading glasses. Or the scruffy face. I don't know. Oh, gosh. Okay. It's the perfect hair. It's the balding hair. My hairline goes back further and further every year. It's one of these days. One of these days. Michael says, I'll take 25% of a 100% runner all day long. Joe, one of our Wolfpack community members here, reading it off our Zoom feed, $2.32 to $4.87. Beautiful trade, Joe. Wow. That is sweet. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Carrie, will it hit 550? Well, we hit 555 already. We hit 555 and we hit 560. We hit 555 twice and 560 once. BSGM. Appoint a co-founder of the Osico Group and Mining Visionary as a strategic advisor. Okay, that's junk. That's funny, Norm. I haven't heard that before. I'm going to use that one if you don't mind. Talking about my hair thinning. Norm says my barber is going to start charging a finder's fee. Installing countertops and trading KW in at 420, out at 501. Nice job. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, and MSTY is going down here. It's dropping pretty quick. I don't know what's up with that. Let's see. CLRB pushing back up. This is the other one that we gave you at, what was it, 8:30? 8:05. This was one of those 8:05s. Grass don't grow on a busy street. That's true. Grass don't grow on a playground, right? Oh, God. Yeah, I seen that they did. Well, there's a press release. It just says YieldMax ETFs announced distributions on XYZ, XYZY, WNTR, SMCY, MSTY, AIYY. It's an ETF. Had a nice climb up yesterday, a couple of dollar climb. Well, no, not even a couple of dollars. Wait a minute. That's about a 50-cent climb up yesterday, but it's not doing anything this morning. In fact, it's falling this morning a little bit. Little bit, not much. But yeah, that's an ETF. Let's see. CLRB. CLRB. This was the one that we gave out the news the same time we gave out KWM. And it is trying to climb back up. It almost got back to its previous high there, 42. It got back up to 41.7. Nice little recovery, though. All right, here's our 8:30 stuff. CDT enters a joint development agreement with Minoria to advance drugs in an animal health environment. CDT. BLNE taps crypto ecosystem to unlock real estate liquidity for consumers through a stablecoin funding. I don't understand that, but that's what that is on BLNE. Want to talk crypto? You're talking to the wrong fella. We're saying LIPO re-signs a manufacturing collaboration agreement. Okay, not really anything in that. BDRX. BDRX announces recruitment of the first patient in a phase 2 study for type 1 diabetes. That's not big news. SNYR announces a $20 million long-term credit facility. That's not great news. TOPS announces intention to spin off a new NASDAQ-listed Suezmax tanker company. Okay. Still no volume, no interest in that one. Let's look at CDT. This is the one that enters a joint development agreement with Minoria to advance their drugs in an animal health environment. That's on CDT. I don't know if you guys went and looked at it or not. I hope you did. Microfloat. Just one person needs to tell me they went and looked at that and jumped in, and I'll be happy. It's gone from $3.21 to $4.94 on a low float. Everybody was waiting for the pullback, and it never happened. No way. 342 to 482 for Pinky. Unbelievable. You are on fire, young lady. Golly. Pinky is on fire with these. Rye says no pullback, no buy. OMEX. Let's see, how much are we up here on CDT? It's only up about 30% at this point. DOMH, NVTVA, Scientific Sessions, NAGE, SGBX. Safe and Green, SGBX, received a court-ordered award of $1.1 million for attorney's fees and costs as part of a litigation they were involved in. CLRB still trying to push up. RIME, $2 billion revenue. CBG company awards Semicab India new pilot to implement drop and hook trucking model. I don't like that one. GCTX. Session. GIBO. DVLT. Strategic licensing agreement with GFT Rewards for ADIO-enabled mobile rewards with expected revenue in quarter 3. DVLT. DVLT. Hot off the press. Reading press releases here. Stellar. Oh, man, I'm not seeing anything good here. ESPI. Supply agreements. Smart City Vision. Core City. Tops. I'll read off Tops again. TOPS. This is the one they said they were going to do a spin-off of 2 of its Suezmax tanker vessels. And this spin-off is going to be an independently publicly traded company. It popped up a little bit, but there's no volume in the stock, and it's just not moving very well. BDRX announces recruitment of its first patient. We knew about that one. IBRX has no volume, no movement. It's not going anywhere at the moment. We're looking for stocks that are moving. CLRB, we need to break that high. We had a high of 42.5. We need to break that. EOS coming down. STSS, BON. Boy, some of these were quick. MCTR pulling down. CW. QIPT just popped about 10 cents. Not sure why. Not a real small float. There's no volume on it either. 45. Let me see if I even have that. 45. 48. QIPT. Got some big buys coming in on QIPT, but it's not moving yet. Better keep this one on my watch. Pinky, 338 to 348 for round 2 on CDT. Nice job. All right, now we've got CLRB. This was the other one that we gave you at the same time that we gave you KWM. It broke that previous high of 42.5 that I mentioned, and it's now at 45.7. TLS awarded a $14 million contract with the Defense Information Systems Agency. So TLS with a new $14 million contract. Chase, good morning, and thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated, my friend. All right, we've given you the 8 o'clock stuff. We gave you the 8:30 stuff. It is time for us to move on. We're going to go back over here to Zoom, which has been in progress since 6:45 this morning. Let me go back here and look at STSS real quick. STSS pushing back up a little. TLS with that new contract pumped on the news, pumped up even higher, and then pulled back. So that's what we were looking for. Remember those? I keep pointing those out. Spike, and then the pullback. Now, if we really like the news, we keep an eye on it. If you're not thrilled about the news, there's no point in watching it. If you really like it, keep an eye on it. But wait. Don't buy in assuming where the bottom is. You don't know where the bottom is. You don't want to make the mistake of buying it because it's dropping and think, well, this is as far as it can go. Because it can go further. Trust me. The stock will say, here, hold my beer. And down it will go. You have to wait for it to show you that it's going back up again. Okay. Well, if you'd like to join us on our live stream on Zoom, all you have to do is go to the website. Brian, CLRB 36 to 41. Good trade. Just go to the website which is wolfpackcommunity.com. Wolfpackcommunity.com. And subscribe to live Zoom trading. That's all you have to do. And then every morning you pop in on the website, click on join Zoom, and in you are. In like Flint, as the old people say. And we start at 6:45 in the morning, Eastern time. So if you're on the West Coast, that's pretty early. But we got to do it when the market is throwing out those press releases. So you guys have a great day. I'll see you at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern time, right back here. TikTok, YouTube. We're going to be right here at 4, and we'll try to catch some press releases in after hours. Because as you all know, press releases pop up real heavily in pre-market, and they pop up in after hours. So we go live in pre-market and after hours and try to catch those press releases. We like trading those press releases. If you just look at KWM, and that's a good example of why we like those so much. So have a good one. I'll see you at 4 o'clock. God bless. Keep it green. Please keep it green.